Hello friends, this is Scott and we're back at the homestead, and this was the last look at when I got done planting the onions and I had mulched in the strawberries with the hot compost that I'd screened from my 3-bin system. Had a little bit extra for today's application, which is going to be doing some more spring planting. I'm not going to do how-to videos on planting potatoes, carrots, beets, and radishes this year. I'm just going to put them in the ground. We have some storms coming in. It's been a drought, and so I need to get these in the ground today because I think it's going to rain for the next 3 days, and nothing better than to get seed started with good moisture, and carrots being the one that's the hardest to grow and get to germinate. So yeah, it's a good time to plant. But okay, what I've got is I've got some white and red of my old beat up crop from last year, and that's all I used last year and had great potatoes. I didn't have a great white potato harvest. I had some, but not a lot. So I went ahead and bought 10 nice sized seed starts from the nursery. I am putting in a couple Detroit dark beet seeds, and then I've got some Nantes carrots, a couple packages, my favorite, French breakfast radishes, and then I've got some sparkler white tip radishes. So that's what I'm going to put in the ground today, and I'm just going to show you videos of me doing it and putting it all through to get in together. So yeah, I want to just, this video is going to be kind of a hodgepodge of different things. And so yeah, I want to just kind of show you getting these in the ground before we get some rain, hopefully, fingers crossed. Like with all planting, you need a little bit of prep work. And if you remember, I had put cardboard down here and I brought in lots of loads of manure from the pasture. And then I brought in and screened a bunch of dirt from the big pile of dirt. So yeah, I'm just going to rake it out kind of flat. Now, potatoes are one of those plants that you plant fairly shallow, but then you build up the soil or the compost. And yeah, so I'll be going up. Now, sometimes there's concerns about putting potatoes, maybe or another root crops in with manures, but these manures on this particular part were fairly old. So I'm not too worried about it, and I'm going to be building up. So yeah, we'll be moving away from the manures. But yeah, it's simple as just throwing them out. I don't cut my seed potatoes up. A lot of people do and get more out of them, but I always just plant whole seed potatoes. And again, I've got my store-bought ones, the whites, and that are first there, and then I've got my reds that have sprouted down in the basement. And yeah, we're just going to just lay them on top and get my spacing down because that's like I do everything. I want to make sure I have my spacing. And yeah, I'm only putting them about a foot apart, if that, 10 inches. So yeah, they don't need to be that far apart. But yeah, I got my seeds there, as you see. Also, I'll be planting the other direction. But I'll start with potatoes. And because I screened my soil and it's all loose, I just have to basically shove stuff in the ground. I don't even need any tools or implements. So yeah, it's nice. All the work's up front in the screening, but I don't have to deal with major obstacles in the soil or major objects. And that'll be the way it is for the duration of the time that I'm living at this house and gardening in this garden. So yeah, but I'm just burying them a little bit just so that they cover them up in case it might freeze a little bit still. And I don't want them to freeze. The potatoes down here have frozen for me. I've never had an issue in any other gardens, and especially my Salt Lake gardens. But down here, every year I've lost the tops of my crop a little bit. So yeah, we're going to bury them down a little bit so they're covered up in case we do get a mild frost. And I don't predict there's going to be any really hard freezes. But we did have a couple nights of high teens, surprisingly or unsurprisingly. So yeah, the potatoes are buried and no issues. So yeah, I'm not worried about it. But yeah, potatoes are one of those crops that's very simple to plant. And again, you just till up the dirt as they come up, and you just you don't want to totally bury the tops as they're growing, but you want to just keep adding soil and then just keep adding and adding and adding, leaving a little bit of the top exposed to the sun. And you get more potatoes that way as they'll sprout roots up the plant and produce more crops. So yeah, I've done well with potatoes down here and overall, and they're a staple, so you got to make sure you plant some. Again, I'm a homestead of one at the moment. I do take produce to Salt Lake, but I don't have a lot of people to share with on this. So again, after I'm done with the planting, I'm just going to rake a little bit of soil over the top of the excess soil that I had kind of pushed to the side, just to get them covered up a couple inches, maybe at least an inch. So yeah, once they start growing, I will then add more soils and just keep doing that. I'll probably throw some leaf mulch on there before I do anything, and then I'll just continue to add because I want to keep the soil moist, keep it covered. And again, Mother Nature is modest; it likes to be covered. So it's time to plant the other crops, the seeds, my carrots, beets, and radishes. And I do have some very deep-rooted weeds here, so I have to do a little bit of prep work and dig out a few of those. But I wanted to show you this little clip, nothing fancy, but You see how I can just throw the weeds over the fence into the chickens? So that's really nice having that lower area that I can just throw all my garden waste just to the chickens. And again, shouldn't call it waste because it's just food for them, and they'll eat it up. And then what they don't eat, they'll turn into compost for me as they're scratching the ground and doing their job. But again, a little bit of prep work, just breaking the bed a little bit flat. And then I take a hoe and I'm just, drawing little lines. I only need 3 lines. I'm going to succession crop these seeds, which means that I'm going to plant them at different intervals. So I want to have them throughout the year. So I'm just going to plant the first crop here, and then I'll probably plant some elsewhere, or just keep planting here too. But yeah, about every 10 days I'll start to reseed, and then I can continue to have a new fresh crop all year long. Now, I did not put any fresh manures in this little area. I saved this area so to put the root crops in, and that's where they're going to be. Now, planting these seeds are about 1/4 inch deep. Again, this isn't a how-to video, but I'm just going to narrate a little bit of what I'm doing. So again, that little trench is about 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch, and I'm just sprinkling the seeds in, tearing the bags apart. And if I get too many in one spot or too few, I can always do a little adjustment with my finger and get them there. So again, just want to get them in the ground because we do have moisture coming, and you can see in the clouds behind me, there's a chance. So hopefully we'll get some. But some of these root crops are hard to get to germinate. There's different methods that people use, especially for carrots. They'll put the seed down, wet the soil. They'll put boards or cardboard over it, and then they got to continue to watch it. And as soon as they start to see any signs of life, you remove the cardboard. I'm just going to, with the rain patterns coming in, I'll be in town. I've changed my work schedule a little bit, so I'm going to be in town more days. Work less hours in a row, but more days. So I'll be around to keep this bed moist. So I'm not going to do any cardboard or anything to cover this up. I'm just going to try to keep on it. And I won't mulch this area until the plants are up, established, and have a little height to them so that I don't smother them. I don't want to definitely smother my new crop with just mulch. So yeah, I use the claw technique to cover up the seeds there, as you see with my hand, and just smooth them out. Again, very shallow. You don't want them very deep, because they won't germinate on these types of crops. So again, these are, I think, the carrots or the beets. I don't remember. I know the radishes are the last thing that I'm going to plant. I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of this, but same concept. You just fill that little trench and use the crab claw technique to cover them up and pat them down, and you're good to go. So yeah, that's the radishes, and I'm planting more radishes than I am any other crop because I like the radishes, especially in the spring. Well, it's usually when you have them because they don't grow well in hot weather. But yeah, I'm going to hopefully have lots of radishes and then replant. So yeah, we're going to hopefully have a bounty. We'll see how they come up. I don't know. It's a crapshoot with the carrots and the beets, and we'll just check them out. And if they don't come up in a couple of weeks, then I'll just replant. So that's the risk. But I am planting fresh seed that I just bought. So I have old seed in the house, so I'll be planting some of that for some of my succession cropping because I do want to get rid of old seed. But it's good to plant new seed just to make sure that, especially in the first planting, that you can get a good crop out of it, hopefully. So get good germination rate. But like everything, once you plant, you got to water. And again, with these seeds, you got to water a lot. So it's not a lot, like deep, but you got to keep them, water a couple times a day, every other day, just to, depending on the weather, just to keep them moist. Because if seeds dry out, they, you can kill them. So again, all seeds will put out a root before they put any top growth. That's how plants survive, is they'll have a root. They'll have about an inch of root on them before you see the tops. But it takes about 10 to 14 days to see the germination. And so I'll show you at the end here what has germinated, as this video is a little bit behind. I was trying to do it last weekend and ran out of time when I was in Salt Lake. And that's when I usually, edit and post my videos. So yeah, this one's a little older, but I did get some straw, and I did mulch my strawberries. And you saw I mulched them with the compost from my hot compost. But I told you I was going to put straw down. And again, they're called strawberries for a reason. They like to have the berries up off the dirt, and it's better for the berries and for me to harvest them and have clean fruit. So there's a look. And I did grab a few bags of leaves, and I did mulch the broccoli and stuff. Again, I'm not going to mulch any of the seed areas because they need to come up and get established and get tall enough so that I don't smother them. And I'm also not going to mulch the onions. You see, the onions are growing. If you look closely, they're doing very well, but I'm not going to mulch them until they're up and substantial, because again, they're just like a blade of grass right now, and I'll do more harm than good. I want the soil to warm up too, so that they start to get a good start at life, and then I'll mulch everything. Now, the garlic's going to be ready by July 1st, and as you see, it's kind of the chickens, had dug through it, and the cats too, probably deposited some of their treats. But yeah, I've got not the best row there. That's a little bit spread out as they got kicked around. But the peas are up, as you see here. And so, yeah, I planted them later. I planted them too early last year. So I planted them in late February or 1st of March, and they're up and they're doing well. So that's the garden. That's the spring garden up to this point, and I'll be showing you more in a future video. And here's the radishes. About I think it was about 12 days in, they were up. And yeah, so we look like we have great germination with them. I don't see the carrots or the beets yet, so we'll be patient. And if they don't come up, I'll replant. To end this video, I wanted to show you my sweet potatoes. Last year I had a hard time getting them to grow, and this year they're doing great. They're way ahead of the schedule. So yeah, I won't be planting these till June 1st, and so these tops are going to be way too big, but we'll do our best. Well, thanks for watching this video. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment. Thank you.